Hey everyone, Selena here, founder, host, lead educator with the American Crochet Association. I'm also the pattern writer behind the featured pattern I want to share with you guys today, the candy corn hat. So if you are watching live, come on over, say hey, say hello, tell me where you're viewing from. We can make it a really fun conversation. But if you're watching on the replay, it's still the same great jam. Hey, hello, make it a fun conversation. As soon as I see your comment, I'll get right back to it, okay? So something that I've been doing lately is just adding more helpful information to the crochet patterns that I share with the American Crochet Association. And every time I kind of refresh the format, I like to walk you guys through it. So that's what I want to do here today with you. Now, we're just in time. It's very seasonally appropriate to feature the candy corn hat. And I just wanted to walk through all the fun things that, or all the reasons this is such a fun hat, especially this particular time of year. I know that we're already halfway through October right now. Oh my gosh. But this is not just for Halloween. I mean, yeah, candy corn, Halloween. I mean, they're really kind of like iconically, they go together. But really, I think this is a seasonally appropriate hat until Thanksgiving, arguably speaking, right? But I also want to say that so many people have made this hat without the candy corn like blocks of color, and they've done it completely differently. They've made it just in a solid color or variegated color, something totally different. And what it does, instead of it looking like candy corn, instead of that, it will look like this really cute kind of gnome style pointed hat, which is so cute, especially for like little kids and babies. So you can take this pattern, which is the candy corn hat. It's made to look like candy corn, but just by changing the color, it can be an everyday cutesy, whimsical kind of thing. All right. So let me walk you guys through it. But I do want to share with you guys that I have an extensive table of contents. So everything that I'm sharing with you guys today, you can click on the link in the video description to view this pattern for free at the American Crochet Association, and you should be able to quickly and easily find everything here. I added in some fun things, especially since we have such a global audience. Like, what is candy corn? I mean, something that, I feel like candy corn, like I knew what that was at birth, being an American, but there are so many people who maybe you're not native to America, or I don't know, maybe you were raised better than I was. Maybe you don't know what candy corn is. So I have a fun little introduction on that as well. Again, this hat is not just for Halloween. I mean, yes, you can incorporate those very classic candy corn colors to make a candy corn style hat, but you guys can totally just change up the yarn color for it to be an everyday hat if you want. Now, if you are looking for that perfect candy corn hat, that was certainly what I was doing, because when I wrote this pattern, that was specifically what I was looking for. Just with the picture right here, for a really long time, back in the day, about 10 years ago when I first wrote this pattern, I was super into photography props. I loved making props like, for babies and newborns and children. I knew a lot of photographers, and so I was just kind of in that realm of things that were cute to photograph your kids in. And so I very much wanted to make a candy corn hat. And the reason it's a candy corn hat is because of those classic colors. So another reason I wanted to feature this pattern is that the yarn that I wrote this pattern for back in the day, 10 years ago, that yarn is still around, but these specific colors are no longer in production. Like, what? Why would you do that to me? So sometimes whenever I do write-ups like this, most of the deep dive is just, hey, what yarn did I use? If you want your project to look exactly like this, this is the yarn that I used. Maybe that yarn isn't available, that color isn't available. Margaret's got some questions. Margaret, I'll get right back to that. Great questions there. Maybe the yarn isn't available. Maybe those colors aren't available. I like to walk you through steps of choosing great substitutes. So again, as I was looking through reformatting this, I did find that the exact yarn that I used, yep, it's still out there, but not in those colors. And so if you really want to kind of nail those colors, I found a yarn that's in production right now, and I've got links for you guys to check that out in colors that look pretty spot on. And, this is a sized item. It's a hat. So you do want to choose a yarn substitute that's going to match the same size, right? You don't want to choose another yarn. It's like, well, this is an inch too big or an inch too small. So choosing a yarn substitute in the weight class that has the colors, that's pretty important. So I've already done all that hard work for you. I've got lots of suggestions specifically that have the colors that you're looking for, and I've got all that for you. If you need help understanding what yarn substitution is, I've got some resources for you. If you want to see dozens of other candy corn hats, let me hold on. Let's just do that together real quick. I've got links. And I just wanted to show you real quick, as you can see here, not when my internet decides to cooperate, it's sleeping right now. I'm waking it up from a nap. Not everybody used those candy corn colors. Some people did, and we can see that classic candy corn look. Look at that. Look how cute look how cute they are. Couple goals right there. Candy corn twins. But you can also, stripe it. You can have it in a solid color with an applique. I mean, there's so many different ways you can kind of completely change this. Look at this. Here's a variegated yarn with kind of a longer color repeat, just so it kind of adds those little blocks of color in there. So cute. So lots of different things that you guys can do with this hat, not just for candy corn. As a matter of fact, I want to check in with Margaret real quick. Hey, so good to see you. And Margaret says, is there enough rounds to make it in rainbow colors? So it depends on what size that you make. And what you can do, Margaret, depending on how many colors you want to use in the rainbow. Do you want to use the Roy G. Biv colors of the rainbow? Do you want to use, versions of the rainbow? It really depends on how many colors you want to use. And then really you have to look at what size hat you want to make. There are multiple sizes here available. Each size has a specific set of instructions, and each size has a very specific number of rounds to complete. So what you can do is you can just look at the size that you want to complete. You can see how many rounds there are, and then you can just divide down based on what colors you want to use. So it's a very easy thing to do to stripe this in any way that you'd like. All right, guys. So again, tons of inspiration there. Sizing options. There are quite a few sizes available in this pattern. I've written it, so if you follow the instructions exactly using the same weight yarn that I use, you should come up with a 12-inch around circumference hat, 14 inches, 16 inches, 18 inches, and 20 inches. And I stopped at 20 inches because that's just big enough for kind of like the young person size. I guess it was just my narrow opinion that maybe adult people or people with larger head sizes would not want to wear this hat. So I didn't bother writing it any larger. But if you're savvy with crochet, I do have some resources to help you alter that size if you want. After you kind of create that classic pointy kind of candy corn look, if you want to make it a little larger, I think that you could reasonably do that. So I have some resources and some tips for you to do that as well. Again, tons of helpful resources if you want to see other finished projects in this hat. And if you need resources like how do you crochet in rounds? What does that look like? I've got a video tutorial. How do you change colors in rounds? Because that's very much a part of this pattern. If you want that, then I have some video tutorials for you. How to measure hat sizes. You may be wondering, like, how do I make sure that the hat that I make fits the person that I want to make it for? I have some quick tips for you to easily measure that. And if you like this fun, quirky, whimsical hat design and you want to see other crochet hat designs that I have listed for free here, I've got some linked resources for you. If you want to just purchase a PDF version and just have that like in your Ravelry library, or just to download that PDF file of just the instructions, I've got a link for you guys to do that. Okay, everything that you need to make the candy corn hat, exactly what yarn I used. I've got a link to substitutes, all the materials, the gauge, the sizes. If you need to see any of the stitches worked up for this particular pattern, I have a video resource for you. If you're not sure what the adjustable loop is, I've got a video resource for you. So really, I put so much time and effort into just creating resources for you that are specific to this pattern that are just going to help walk you through it. So there it is. Tons of instructions, huge pattern, lots of different sizes to make the candy corn hat. And I hope you guys enjoy kind of looking through this and just getting all the helpful information that you need. Again, I've put together a table of contents, and that way if you're just looking for something very specific, like I want project inspiration or how can I choose a substitute, it's all neat and easy for you right there. So hopefully you guys dig it. All right, who else is here? Looks like Dora is checking in. Good to see you, Dora. Thank you for being here. My friend Dawn Tennyson is here. Always so good to see you. Dora says, where can I get the pattern? I was a bit late coming in, so I do have a link to this pattern for you to view it for free at the American Crochet Association site. I wrote this pattern, and it is available in my Ravelry shop, so you guys can purchase it there if you just want the pattern instructions. And you want a copy that you can download, print, save for later, anything like that. So that is available. I like to share some of the patterns that I wrote with the American Crochet Association, especially if it can be a helpful teaching tool. So anytime a pattern has, it can maybe better your skill or show you how to do something differently, then I like to use that pattern and, share different resources that I've compiled. And that way, not only will it help you work up this pattern, but it can help you maybe read and understand and follow other patterns as well. All right, everyone, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoy the candy corn hat. It can also be an all seasons hat if you just change the color. If you guys work this up for anyone in your life and you take some pictures, I would absolutely love to see them. So please share them in our community. You can find that link in the video description as well. Crochet pictures are always welcome to be shared there. But also, I hope that you add your finished projects to Ravelry, because not only does that build up your crochet resume, but, so many people are going to be clicking over and they want to see that inspiration. So, it's not only a way for you to build your crochet resume, it's also a really great way to just kind of inspire the crochet community. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy this hat. If you do, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. If you think it's awesome, and you think other people in the crochet world will think it's awesome, do me a favor, tag a crochet friend in the comments, share this video in at least one place that you enjoy crochet if you think they will totally dig it too. All right, and that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks again, Dora, for coming here. Thanks, Dawn Tennyson. Always so good to see you here. And Margaret. All right, everyone, peace, love, crochet. See you next time. Bye-bye.